Hello, Business Balance software users. I am Shaquana, the CEO and founder of Business Balance Systems Strategy and Consulting. And today I am talking to you all about project management. Okay. So, yesterday I did a training on summer planning. So, strategically planning out your summer and some things that you can do to make this summer a success for you. Okay. So, part of that strategic planning is incorporating systems like a project management tool or your business balance software system, which I will talk about tomorrow. So let's get right into the project management piece of it. If you have never used a project management tool, if you don't know what a project management tool is, I'm going to give a very touch on a little bit of training on how to use it. But if you don't, definitely do some research, or you can, I have a training on project management and how to use it. Shoot me a message and let me know if you want it, and I'll send it over to you. But today I'm just going to touch on it. So part of strategic planning is using the tools available to you and compartmentalizing, prioritizing, and things like that. That's why yesterday the training was on knowing, okay, which was basically what yesterday's training. So knowing what your goals are, breaking those goals down and reverse engineering them into smaller compartments or smaller numbers. And so once you have that information, you can go into your project management tool and plug it out, right? So once you know what you want to do for the summer or for a 3-month period, I just said summer planning, but you can do this at any time. Then you'll want to go into your project management tool. And let me just preface this with, I no longer use ClickUp. That's what we're in right now. That's why you're seeing this, because I haven't used ClickUp probably in about a year. But I use Notion now, and everything that is in Notion is new and up to date and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure if I want to share that with the world, all of my planning and all of my goals and everything that I have in there. So I thought it'd probably be best if I used an older project management tool that I used to use that has outdated information and stuff that's not as relevant today. But I wanted to show you some real live examples of how to use your project management tool. So one of the things that I have in my project management tool is a executive hub. I have a video on this as well. So if you want that too, just let me know. But this is my executive hub. This is where I do all of my planning. This is where I keep a lot of things. This makes it easy for me. If I'm working with a virtual assistant, my virtual assistant can go in here and grab things and that kind of thing. So again, like I said, I have a training on it that goes into a little bit more detail, but this is my executive hub. And in this executive hub, I have a brain dump where I come in and dump in all of my ideas, and everything that we talked about yesterday would go in here pretty much. And I would probably create a task that says some 2023 summer planning. One moment. So we named this summer 2023 summer planning. I will hit enter. Save. And then you can go in here and you can this is where I would brain dump everything, right? And you could even create to-do list. And when you create, this is ClickUp, so when you create something in this to-do list, you could actually let's say one of the things that you wanted to do was send emails, newsletters, right? And this is a part of your strategic plan. You can press enter here, right? So then you'll have newsletters, and then you can click here and you can plan out the newsletters here. One thing that I loved about ClickUp, like, it is a very robust system. But it can get a little bit complicated, and it wasn't very user friendly for my clients and that kind of thing. And that's why I switched over to Notion, because it's a little bit more user friendly. It's a little easier to use. You have a lot more flexibility with it. But ClickUp is an amazing tool to use. But yeah, you can go in here and plan that out type of thing. You definitely want to put due dates in there, which you can do here, and that kind of thing. So there, you brain dump that all out. I don't know what, okay, here we go. So you would brain dump that all out, anything that you could possibly think of that would help you with your strategic planning, I would put it there. And then from there, you can go, so here are my favorites. Go to your projects board. So then from my strategic planning or knowing what my goals are and that kind of thing, to my brain dump, where I dumped everything out of my head, everything that I can think of, the planning, I will put the different projects that I would have here. So one of the things that you'll want to do after you have your goals and your brain dump done is determine like what's the most important, prioritize, what you want to work on. If it's going to be something, like I said yesterday, something different each month, or you're going to do the same thing and just rev it up each month. But a part of that is putting that into some kind of project-based system. And actually in Notion, what I would do here is, instead of going out of the brain dump area and coming into this area, I probably would create a project board within that brain dump area, so I'm not jumping all around. It's something that I would do now. But anyway, so I created this projects board where I would list out all of my projects that I'm going to work on. And it would have something like this month and next month and that kind of thing. So that's where you would put your projects. For instance, this was an online training that I have for people who want to become system strategists, or, people like that. And so this was a project that I wanted to work on. It was a project, it was a priority. So I started working on that first and mapping that out, what that would entail. I had to get the course material together. I had to decide what it was going to be about, or what I was going to train on, and that kind of thing. And all of that was mapped out within, I'll click on it for you guys. And there's nothing in here. There must be somewhere else, but all of that was mapped out in this project, and maybe over in Notion. I wanted to show you guys how I would have mapped that out. I know I did for sure. Uh-oh, it's stuck. But yeah, you want to have somewhere where you can go and kind of map out, everything. So you have your brain dump. That's kind of going to be all over the place if you're anything like me. But in your projects board, you'll be able to compartmentalize the different projects that you'll have going on for the summer. So, if you just have one thing going on, it would just be one project, and you would break that out over this month, next month, and later on in the year. If it's multiple projects, you will put those projects in here, and then if you have ideas, so long-term type things that you want to do, but you're not ready to flush them out, then you could put them in a long-term thing, and that just keeps you on track. So then from the projects board, let me see. This is something, there we go, that was kind of mapped out in here. But from here, then what I did is I would have, so you go from your planning, okay, this is what I want to do this summer, this is what the numbers look like, reverse engineering and all of that, to your brain dump, just dumping out everything that would have to do with those different projects, to your projects board, where you actually go in and you actually map those things out. You can create due dates to go with those. You can create timelines to go with those, assign team members to those different things. And then the last thing that I would do, and this is going to look like a real mess, let me warn you guys, is do a daily to-dos. So depending on what your projects look like and when things are going to be due and what the priorities are for those projects and that type of thing, I would go through and have a thing that I do every single day. I just got finished listening to We All Should Be Millionaires by Rachel. I can't think of her last name right now. Um, but she gave some great tips on things that you should do every single day to generate revenue, to make money, and be successful and that kind of thing. And so in my daily to-dos now, I have a list of those things listed, and it may be send out an email, it may be send out a newsletter, it may be record a video for Instagram or TikTok or something like that. And with that being said too, one of the things that makes strategic planning, makes for a successful project or thing that you're doing, is to do something big. So let's say a newsletter or a blog or a long form video that's like 30 minutes to an hour long, and then break that big thing, your blog or your newsletter or your video, whatever the case may be, break that down into small chunks and then send it out in little blurbs, um, throughout the week or throughout the month, or whatever like that. So once you have that to do, then you'll go into your daily and you'll say, okay, I'm going to record 2 videos on what's today, Tuesday, and then I'm going to write the copy for those videos, or have your assistant or your copy person write that on Thursday. Then you're going to add your LinkedIn connections, and then you're going to have a team meeting and that kind of thing, so that you stay within the groove, and that your team is aware and stays in the groove as well. And so that's what I would do. And that's what I suggest that you do to plan out the things that you do. I may do a workshop just for the business balance system software users, where we can go in and actually work together, and I can help you guys go in and kind of plan that thing out. And I will send that out probably later this week, so that you can, but I would definitely start working on, what you want for the summer, do the brain dump, and start to map out the projects that you want to have done. So then when we do the workshop, it will be all mapped out. But this is how I would go about that process. And that way you're doing something every day that gets you closer to your goal. One of the things that I have realized in working with my clients, especially as of late, for some reason, is that everyone tries to pile on everything at one time, when if they had, strategically planned and had a plan for it and all of that, it could have been mapped out over a period of time. So I hope this helped you all. Like I said, it was kind of like a run through of it. If you want more in-depth training on project management or the CEO Hub, like I said, let me know and I will shoot you those videos for that. But I hope that this was helpful for you guys. And I will be talking about the how you can go about using the business balance system software to make some of these things happen as well. But I wanted to start here because without a plan, without everything being mapped out, it's a lot harder to incorporate that into the business balance system software. So like I said, I'll talk about that tomorrow, and until next time, bye-bye.